Allahu, 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 Allahu.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "The deeds most loved by Allah are those done regularly, even if they are small." A clear message was given in Bukhari and Muslim by the Prophet of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we should do or we should recite the Holy Quran daily, even though we are going to read or recite 2 or 3 lines. And we have to make our habit that we should recite the Holy Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us strength and power to do the act according to the teaching of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ameen. Allahumma ameen. So dear students, how are you today? We will talk today about force. So what is force? An agent which produces or tends to produce, destroy or tends to destroy motion of a body is called force. The unit of force is Newton. It's a vector quantity. What causes an object to move? Answer is a force. All motion is due to the force acting on an object. What is a force? A push or pull. The toy car is there. If we are going to put in motion, we can push it so it will move forward, and if you pull it back, so it will come back. Now, did the beaver move? Motion. What is motion? A change in the position of an object over time. How do you know something has moved? You use a reference point, a stationary, not moving object such as street, signs, or lines on the road. It's very quite simple that the signs or the street, they are not movable. The total combination of a force acting on an object is called net force. Example, gravity is pulling you down to earth, the ground is supporting you, and your legs moving you forward as you run during potential energy. Balance force. A balanced force is one in which the net force equals 0. Do you think there will be any motion? No, you can see that 25 Newton and there is one other man who's pulling to each other. That would be called as balanced force. These two objects at equilibrium, since the forces are balanced. However, the forces are not equal. Unbalanced forces. An unbalanced force is one in which the net force is greater than 0. Do you think there will be any motion? Yes, example. We can see that the two teams are pulling a rope. There is 25 Newton and 25 Newton, and on the right side there is 40 Newton and 25 Newton. So who will win? Obviously, paratrooper is jumping from the aeroplane and they are coming down towards the earth. Now, only an unbalanced force can change the motion of an object. Example, your doggy can cause you to move if he pulls with enough force. His force is greater than the force you are using to stay in place. See, 80 Newton and 80 Newton, and you are pulling them towards yourself. What would happen if the unbalanced force acted on an object that is already in motion? It will change speed of direction of the object. Example, your sister is driving her car. You run up behind her and give her a push. Your force adds to the existing force, causing her to speed up. Unbalanced force can act in the same direction. Example, you are pushing a cabinet across the room with a force of 15 Newton Your friend is pulling with a force of 10 Newton. What is the net force? What direction is the cabinet moving? 15 Newton is applying, and one more person is applying 10 Newton. So you can easily understand that the cabinet will move towards the right side. Unbalanced forces, when you have opposing forces, the direction the objects move is in the same direction as the larger force. We can see that the people are pulling a rope and there is 20 Newton and 25 Newton. 6 people, and they are pulling to each other. Friction and gravity. What is friction? A force that opposes the motion of an object. It is contact force. Occurs when object in motion rubs against a surface. The contact reduces the speed of the object and releases heat. Now you can see there is an inclined plane. There is an object is placed on the inclined plane and it is exerting a force. This is in the form of weight, and it has its weight and normal reaction, and the friction will be done because it will move to up. If you want to put it down, it will have a greater friction. What affects the amount of friction? The force of the push or pull. The greater you push, the longer it's going to take friction to stop the object. The bumpiness of the surface, the rougher the surface, the more friction. The weight of the object, the heavier the object, the more friction. What is gravity? The force of attraction between all objects. The amount of gravity depends on two things. Now you can see the mass, and there is mass too. Since the earth is so large, everything on it is attracted to it, even if they are not touching. Example, apple fall because of gravity of the earth. Jazakallah for today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.